Coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, home of Super Bowl 57, it's the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show with your hosts, Troy Geary, Will Stein, and Dave Stevens. Welcome back as we wrap up our Radio Row day 4 or 5 or 6, or I don't know, they all go together. But myself, Troy Geary on Radio Row, continuing to give you stars, celebrities, who's who of who's been here, who's played here. And of course, now we've got a guest that he doesn't have his helmet or pads on, but he has played in a Super Bowl. If you remember back in, what was it, Super Bowl 37? 37.
Those big boy bucks.
Yeah, so Ellis Wyms joins us here on Radio Row to sit down and talk a little bit. And like I said, if you don't remember, this man sacked Rich Gannon, a big key play in the Super Bowl that led them to their what we thought might be the first and only Super Bowl championship for the Bucs. But that Brady dude came by a little later. But you were the first, right?
Brady time, man. Yeah. We were the first. We got the ball rolling, and Brady came in and kind of and brought us back to life.
So take us back to that team that you were on and that magical run for you guys, the underdogs, the Cinderellas, and just a beautiful end to a franchise that had really toiled in anonymity for so long.
Yeah, I mean, people forget that the Bucs were the Yucks for a bunch of years with the creamsicle uniforms. They were kind of a laughing stock, man. And so the great Tony Dungy got there, and the great Warren Sapp. And Derek Brooks, and just a cast of characters that just came in and kind of built it from the ground up, man. So I just honestly was lucky to come in the league at a time, to be with that team at that time, with that group of guys. They're a bunch of Hall of Famers. Again, John Lynch even now leading the 49ers to the right at the edge of being a Super Bowl team. So it was a fun time to be a Buck.
And it's not a knock against you, but that defense was so good that you didn't even start that season. You contributed a lot, but you were third on the team in sacks. But it was, the way that defense was, it was almost like, let's get you in to really explode and get that quarterback.
Well, my role with that team, I was kind of like, if you think about it in basketball terms, like my role with that team is I was kind of like the sixth man. Like you come into the NFL, you got to figure out like how you add value. Like, how can I stick? What can I bring to this team that'll get them to keep me around? I was a 6th-round pick, so they ship 6th-round picks out like nothing. No guaranteed money for you. They don't have a lot invested, so you got to come in and like figure out like, how do I fit here? So I ended up carving out a niche for myself as like the 6th man. I could do everything. I could play DN, I could play right end, left end, 3-technique, nose guard. So I was kind of the 6th man where I was everybody's backup. And I rushed on 2nd and long and 3rd down. And I had a lot of great players around me, so I got a lot of one-on-ones, and I got an opportunity to take advantage of some of them.
Before we talk about the game, you went to Mississippi State. Did you get a chance to meet the late Coach Mike Lynch, and do you have any memories about interactions?
Man, yeah, we get a chance to meet him. They come. I live in the Houston area, so we have a huge engineering base there with the oil and gas company. So he comes there. Our head coach will come there once a year to talk to alumni and boosters and just kind of get the Houston area involved with Mississippi State football. So I got a chance to meet him. A very unique guy, a very unique character, and he kind of walked to the beat of his own drum. He was revolutionary in how he changed college football with the air raid offense. Always had a smile on his face. You never got the feel that he took anything too seriously. Like, he understood like what life was really about. Like, he enjoyed football. He loved the game, but just like a character and a guy that is always just fun to be around. His energy was always fun, light, positive, and I could imagine it was great playing for him. And I know the Mississippi State family, like, he'll be missed, not just as a football coach, but just as a person.
Ellis, you also have started the Wyms Foundation. Tell us a little bit about that program and the involvement with the Strong Minds, Strong Bodies, and the good things that you do people don't know about.
Well, I started that foundation to kind of support different organizations and different initiatives in the community that I live in. Again, I live in the Houston community. We work a lot now with junior achievement and financial literacy and company programs, teaching kids about budgets, teaching kids how to start businesses, how to run businesses, how to grow businesses, what it looks like to be a part of a business. Again, being a part of kind of preparing the next generation for opportunities to see how they fit into this new and changing and evolving economy. You gotta having the technical skills, having the know-how of how businesses work, how you work and collaborate with other people, how to be a good employee, how to be a good leader. So we partner. Our main partnership now is with Junior Achievement Southeast Texas. We help raise money. We help deliver programs. We help coordinate programs, and really just kind of piggyback on a lot of the work that they do, and just help support programs that are having an impact in the Houston community.
This big game this Sunday. Who do you got, and what do you expect? Any storylines that you expect to see in the game?
I'll tell you, I got the Eagles, and I'll tell you this: if the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes somehow figure out a way to pull out this win, you got to put Patrick Mahomes in the GOAT situation, in the GOAT conversation at quarterback. Because again, the Eagles are better at every position except quarterback. And Jalen Hurts is a really good quarterback, but he ain't Patrick Mahomes. But they have a great D-line, linebackers that can run and hit and tackle, DBs that are sticky, that cover, that are smart, that study, that jump routes. This will probably be one of his biggest challenges ever in his career. So if he goes out and he beats this Eagles team, he's able to put up enough points to beat this Eagles team, because this Eagles team is going to score. Like, the Chiefs defense is good but not great. They're going to run the football. A.J. Brown is a monster. They have tight ends, that receivers. Miles Sanders is a great running back. Their offensive line is tough. So it's going to be tough for them to get stops. I think get stops on the Eagles, so they're going to have to score. So if Mahomes can beat this Eagles defense to win a championship, he's already kind of in that conversation. You have to put him in that conversation, because he's got to go out and beat a team where they're deficient at every position against the other opposition except quarterback.
We don't get to talk to a lot of people that have experienced this on both sides, but what are one or two of those memories from your Super Bowl, from that game, just coming out of the runway and coming out there with all the pomp and circumstance, the national anthem, everything that was going on, your sack? I mean, what's that big memory for you?
The coming out of the tunnel. I mean, that's you have, as a football player, you have those first moments when you come out of the tunnel in your first college game. And you come out to 65,000 people yelling and screaming. That's a big moment. Your first NFL game, right? You come out of the tunnel. Those are things you dream about as a kid. But to come out of that tunnel,
coming out to the world, you were coming out to the world.
With everybody every girlfriend that ever cheated on you, every friend that ever hated on you, every teacher that ever thought you couldn't do it, all the people who love you, all the people who are rooting for you. Everybody you've ever known in your life is watching you on that stage, and it just feels awesome. It's like it's nothing like it. There's nowhere else you can go on the earth. One, to replace getting a chance to play football, but getting a chance to play it on that stage at that time, in that moment with that team, and to win it, it's an amazing time. So I'm happy for every one of these players this week that gets a chance to live that dream.
Tell us that feeling, though, when you run out there. Do you want to pee your pants, or do you want to cry? I mean, what is that emotion? You've gotten to the pinnacle of anything you ever want to get to.
For me, there were tears. I ain't gonna lie. There was some tears in the tear duct. You're trying to hold them back because you're getting ready to go to war. But there's some tears in the tear duct. There's excitement. It's almost like a dream almost, right? Because you come out again, the Super Bowl is nothing like any other football game I've ever played. Like the environment, like when you come out, the energy is Super Bowl energy. So that energy can kind of take you over, and you're moved. Like, man, I am here in this moment at this time. The thing you always dreamed about, and the thing you fought so hard for. And my mom's in the stands. My mom, my brother, my sister, my friends are in the stands. So yeah, you have some tears, but you have a reflective moment. Like, man, I am here, and it's just nothing like it. There's no feeling like it. It's kind of hard to describe, because you're just like, you're excited because you got to play a game, but it's just an amazing feeling.
Was it a different experience going home and then actually watching the telecast and seeing, all the things?
Absolutely. Yeah. Being on the field, the confetti coming down, Bon Jovi on the stage, after we won the game, I had a picture of me holding the newspaper that said Bucks win. So it's all the little things with your teammates that you fought so hard with, you worked so hard with, but man, it's an amazing experience, and getting a chance to kind of have memories that you could never ever they'll never leave your mind. Being on the plane after the game, the partying, hanging out in the hotel. Our hotel smelled like a Bob Marley concert. After the game was over, we just had a lot of fun, and it's just an amazing experience, man. So I never forget it.
Being from Minnesota, you played for the Vikings in 2008. How was it? How much fun was it to be having Pat Williams on one side,
Big Pat,
Kevin Williams on the other, John, all these other guys? Just talk about that team, just experience of playing with the Vikings that year.
Pat is one of the funniest human beings ever to walk the earth. And it's kind of like it's like your mean uncle type of funny. Like, Pat's one of the funniest people ever. Jared Allen was on that team, and he is literally a cowboy. Like, that's how he lives his life. He's a cowboy. Adrian Peterson, a Hall of Fame level running back. Just to watch greatness like that. Again, I got a chance to play with Warren Sapp, and I watched Warren Sapp dominate practices, absolutely dominate the strongest human beings on the planet. Like, you have certain players that are just stronger than the strongest human beings on the planet. Like Adrian Peterson is one of those people where you get a chance to watch him practice, and you can feel him run by you on the sideline. Getting a chance to kind of witness, and you don't get a chance to play with players like that. It's like the guys that got a chance to play with Michael Jordan, or the guys that get a chance to play with LeBron. You get to practice with them. You get to see Adrian Peterson do what he does every day, 400-pound squats. Just to be doing it. That was a fun time. It's cold as hell though. Oh my God, I froze my butt off in Eden Prairie.
I don't miss that weather at all. But Ellis Wyms joining us today on Radio Row. Thank you for being a part of it. And of course, you've got the Wyms Foundation. Is that wimsfoundation.org where they can get more information? All right. Thank you for joining us today. It's great to pick the brain of a Super Bowl champion. You don't get many of those around, but you don't have your ring. Where's that ring? You're not flashing it around.
You know how you're packing your stuff and you're ready to leave, and you get in the Uber and you're like, I forgot something.
As long as you didn't forget it in the Uber.
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of a thing to leave in your Uber.
I got in the Uber and I'm like, damn, I'm going to the Super Bowl. I got my ring. But it's in a safe place, so at least I know where it is.
Much better. At least it's on a pawn shop somewhere, so leaving it in the Uber.
Never, ever. No, I would never. My wife.
No, I mean, if you lost it, someone's going to sell that thing.
My wife guards my ring, so I'm not. She has her locker, and she keeps it locked up. All the expensive jewelry or important paperwork, I give that. That's she kind of takes the responsibility. I actually have to ask her for it when I need it. Babe, can I have my ring? I got something to do, but I forgot to ask for this.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm here. So.
Well, thanks for being a part of us on Radio Row. Troy and I got to head up to the NFL Honors here in just a couple of minutes, but it was great having you on Radio Row, and it's great having you guys watch us and listen to us on all the platforms that we're on. And don't forget, this week and this week only, and then a little bit of next week, you can get 25% off on all Fresh Clean Threads shirts by using the code Hollywood. That's right. Go to freshcleantees.com/GSS show. Type in the code touchdown, 25% off on these wonderful clothes that I've been wearing all week. We're giving away all the shirts to our guests. Thank you again to Fresh Clean Threads for everybody that's walked around has put on these shirts, and they're enjoying them. So that's it for this afternoon here at Radio Row. Don't forget, as I said, our exclusive 25% off. Pipe in that code, freshcleantees.com/GSS show. All right. I'm going to head upstairs, see some Hall of Famers, try to get some interviews, just sit there and see what kind of food they have for these big events tonight on the red carpet. So you'll see me in a tie and looking a little sharper other than my fresh, clean threads. But don't go away. We'll be back at it bright and early tomorrow. Dave Stevens, Troy Geary, Will Stein. I think they're heading to some golf tomorrow, so we'll get some really cool stuff out there at the it's the Garbage Can Open. Is that what it? No, Waste Management, I think it's called. So Dave Stevens on Radio Row. We will see you later. Take care. Check in tomorrow.